Welcome to my live. The network is fluctuating, so please, it's rained here today, and the network is giving one kind of vibe, which I don't understand. Joining my live. Joining my live. Hi. Hi, welcome to my live. Joining my live. Joining. How are you today? How are you today? How are you doing? It's been a cold day here. It's been raining. How are you today? How are you doing? Join my live. Hello. Hello. How are you? Oh, you're so light. Hi, joining my live. Hi. Now there's a caption there. Um, how, okay, how to learn from failure and start from where you are. Yeah. How are you this evening? Good evening. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. Yeah, it's Lagos. I'm streaming from Lagos, Nigeria, and it's been a raining day today. Yeah. So how are you doing? How has work been? Are you just going to work, or you're at work already, or you're already closed from work? Yeah, we have. If you have closed, how has work been, or how was work today? Good evening from Lagos, Nigeria. And do not mind the network. The network connection is bad. Is network rather? It's really not that good. It's really not. It's fluctuating, but we're managing this show. Yeah. Good evening. Welcome to my live. Welcome to my live. Good evening. Welcome to my live. How are you today? How are you doing? Join my live, join my live, join my live stream. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching from. Hi, good evening. Welcome to my life. Thanks for joining in. The caption says, how to learn from failure and start where you are. Start where you are. How to learn from failure and start where you are. That's what the caption says. Yeah. Thanks for joining my live. Thanks for joining my live. Yeah. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. How has today been? It's been raining here in Lagos, Nigeria. Where are you watching me from? Are you in Lagos? Or are you outside Lagos? Or you are outside, you are not living in Africa? Or you are within Africa? Or you're in Europe? Or where? Let's know where you're watching from. So you can say hi and give you a shout out. How are we doing today? How to learn from failure and start where you are. You know, there have been days, there have been times that situations that we have failed ourselves and failed a lot of people around us. We feel we have failed ourselves actually, and we just don't know where to start from. Know how to go bounce back. You know, we don't even believe that we can even in any way bounce back or go back to our formal way that we used to um, live our lives then, or we used to be rather. So when we talk about failure, we're talking about when you hear people say, I'm a failure. You hear people say that. I've had people say that severally, I'm a failure. ah I've failed myself, I've failed my family, I don't have anything else to expect. And I just wonder, my mom will always tell us something. She's a teacher, she was a teacher then, and she used to tell us her children some, a particular thing, that there is no dull child. When you hear people say, this child is a very dull child, she will tell you there is no dull child. It's just that you do not understand the child, and since you do not understand that particular child, you will think the child is not that intellectually sound, but that's a lie. You need to know, it's not everybody cannot be academically okay or fit rather. There are other ways you can go about it. So my mom will always tell me then that there is no dull child. Yes, and I believe in that. So when you say you failed, I believe failure is a process to success. Yeah. You've not failed. Because you failed doesn't mean that you should remain there now. Yeah. A lot of things that have happened in my own life that I felt, okay, I failed myself. I can't really make it again. I don't think I can do this anymore. But I just had to encourage myself. Most of the time, in fact, I have, with the grace of God, encouraged myself to just forge ahead, to continue. Because I could remember, let me give you an instance now. There was this, I was running a business before, and it was a very successful one, but something happened in 2020 and the business folded up. I was heartbroken actually, because I really invested a lot in that business. But along the line, I've done a lot of business, but that particular business, and along the line, I was sad, I was discouraged, and that was the period I also lost my dad in 2019. It was still fresh. We just lost our dad, and I was very close to my dad then, very, very, very close. He was a military man, just as I said earlier on. He was an Air Force man, and we're very close. Despite the fact that we quarrel a lot, we're very close. I was very close to my dad, and we just lost him around that period. Then another thing, the business folded up, and there was another thing again, another event that happened around that period. So I was really discouraged. I was just down, and I was like, what do I tell my customers? Well, how do I go about this business? How do I do this? Everything has just crumbled, before my eyes. There was not even money to invest. There was nothing to do. I was totally depressed. I was totally discouraged. I won't lie to you. I was totally discouraged when everything went that AY. So for like 2-3 years, I didn't do anything. I was just maybe like teaching, within the environment and everything like that once in a while. But it wasn't really giving me what I what I wanted. But I just had to do it. I was not even interested. So I just, last year I said, okay, I just sat down and, decided with prayer to go into this particular business I told that I'm doing now, which is the daycare center business, I encouraged myself in the Lord, because there's a place in the Bible that says David encouraged himself in the Lord. So sometimes it's not about you. It depends on how your strength, So when we talk about failure, actually, we're talking about the process to success. When you fail, you have to. My mom will say something, I believe I've had this saying severally, that when you fail, you are only a failure when you remain there. But if you don't remain there, you're not a failure. You keep on trying. You don't look at what people will say. A lot of people have done that. I have a friend who something happened to her, and she was like, what will people say? Hey, people will now see me and call me a failure. People will see me and said, my marriage failed. People will see me and said, my business has failed. I've spent all the whole money. Your business have crumbled. Your marriage has failed. You don't even have anything to show for the world. People will always talk. Even when you're successful, people will talk. Whether you are successful or whether you have they feel you are a failure, I don't believe people have there's anything like failure. Whether you're a successful person or they believe that you're a failure, people will always talk. This is one thing you should know. So when we talk about you keep on saying what people say, because I have failed in my business, I have failed in my education, I have failed in, all you need to do is to give it a try again. There's no harm in trial, just as the saying, there's a saying like that. There's no harm in trial. When you fail, you feel you fail, you go back and try. Give yourself a period to heal and go back and try again. So we'll talk about failure. We're talking about the process to success. So one more time, I want to say good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Welcome to my life. I still remain Jito, and you can also call me Joy. Yeah. So let me know where you're watching from before we continue discussing. It's been a cold day here in Lagos, Nigeria. It's been raining, and it's still cloudy here. Yeah, and I'm even feeling a bit, cold. So, how are you doing today? And how is the weather over there? Let me know. We're talking about how to learn from failure and also to start from where you are. All you need to do is to start. Yeah, hi, Jace. Jace, how are you doing? Where are you watching me from? Let me know where you're watching me from. Hi. Yeah, you said hi. Hi too. Hi. Yeah. Hi. How are you doing? Where are you watching from? How is everything and how has today been? Yeah, and how is the weather over there? Here in Lagos, Nigeria, the weather is cold, and it's been raining actually, all day. It just stopped raining, but I believe it's still going to rain because the way the weather is it shows that it's still going to rain. Though it was sunny in the morning, but towards around noon, it became cloudy and it started raining, and just stopped like an hour ago, an hour 30 minutes ago. But it's still cloudy, and that means that it's still going to rain, maybe overnight. We're in the rainy season now, and that is it. So we're talking about how to learn from failure. If you are the type that, or you are in a situation whereby you are like, I have failed myself, I have failed my family, I have failed people around me, thanks for liking. Thank you. Oh, yeah, give this live stream a like. Yeah, give this live stream a like. Thanks for liking. Thank you so much for liking. Let's take the likes up. Let's take the thumbs up. So, you're like, I've failed my people. The first thing you have to think about is yourself. Yeah. I'm not being self-centered here. I'm not being selfish here. You have to love yourself first. Yeah, that's the first thing. After loving yourself, then you can now start from where you are. Yeah. If you know you're the type that doesn't have that strength, it's better for you to pause a bit and maybe just leave that in for a while. These are the things I do. That's the things I do before coming back to that particular, to re-strategize and also to forge ahead. Yeah. When you forge ahead, you will surely make it. But if you remain at that point, there's no way you can make it. I have been in a situation whereby I felt like, okay, I have failed, I cannot make that particular thing again. But I made it, yeah. So you'll surely overcome if you are focused. You have to be focused, you have to be encouragement. When you feel you have failed in a particular field or in a particular thing, the first thing you have to do is to encourage yourself. You can read books, pertaining that particular situation. You can talk to people, trusted people. You can also pray, and let God guide you. And, before you know it, you have this courage in you. And when you have the courage in you, then you can what? You can now re-strategize in order for you to what? get that particular thing right, get that particular business right, get that particular thing right. So failure is just a way, it's part of success, it's part of growth. The only time somebody fails or someone fails is when you fail and you still remain there like, I can't do it again, or people have been laughing me, I've become a laughing stock. Who told you I've become a laughing stock? Everybody have their problem, everybody have their own issues. That's a lie. I've never believed in that people have become a laughing stock. That's my mindset. I have never believed in that, because everybody in this world have their own problem. Yeah, people only laugh at you because they feel they know your problem. They feel they know what you're going through. But if you check them very well, go and check their life. Go and check them very they have their own problem. So that one is just a lie. They're just using you to pass time. Their problem is even higher and bigger than your own problem. Yes. So you don't care. I don't care about what people say about me. Like, I go, if I'm, what I want to do, if it's right, and I just go for what I want. That's just me. So if you start listening to what people will say, I have failed, people already know that I don't run this business again, this and that, then you remain where you are. And I'm sure that's not what you want. Determination is the soul of success here. You need to be determined. You need to be determined to achieve. Like, seriously, you need to be determined to achieve. You need to remove shame from your will. Now, there's this woman I know, due to the economic situation in Nigeria now, she's actually married with grown kids, but things are very, very tight for them. She's a graduate actually, and it happened that she used to work somewhere before, but she lost her job. The husband doesn't have a job presently now, and she was like, I don't have money, I don't have anything. And when you talk about hunger can make you do things. So when you are extremely hungry, it can make you do things. So one has to be very careful. So it happened that when she came to me, she was like, okay, I want to be selling snacks. I told you she's a graduate. I'm like, okay, where do you want to sell it? Do you have a space where you would like to stay and sell? She said she doesn't have. She wants to be hawking it. I really felt for her. I don't have enough. I would have given her, She said she wants to be hawking it. I said, okay. She now told me a story of a man who was interested in her, even when the man is aware that she's married. That's what poverty can actually cause, And I told her, okay, you want to sell? If you want to sell, I encourage her to sell, because you're a married woman. If I told you're even a single lady, you shouldn't do that. Yeah. So I encourage her to start selling, and she's doing well. Actually, she's doing well. She's not going to continue like that. That is the spirit. That's the spirit. The more she sells now, the more she can be able to, save and stop begging people. When you don't have, people will see you as nothing. You need to have something doing. It will give you, there's what they call dignity. There's dignity in labor. So when we talk about failure, you need to know that failure is just a process to success. It's a way. If you don't fail, you cannot succeed. There is no success overnight. You need to fail in that particular thing. Not all the time, actually. So when you see that maybe you feel that you have failed and you think you can't do it, that I can't do it spirit, you need to cancel it. You need to know that you can do it. You need to have that belief. I've always had that belief that I can do it. And it has really worked for me. And I believe that it can also work for you. Honestly, just put it into practice and you will find that I can do it will surely work for you. So one more time, I want to say thank you for joining. I remain Jito. You can also call me Joy. And I'm streaming from Lagos, Nigeria. You can send me hi and let me know where you're streaming from. And how is the weather over there? I'd like to know how the weather is over there. Maybe watching me from within Africa, or within Nigeria, or outside Africa, or maybe Europe, any part of the world actually. Let's know how the weather is over there. Here, it's been raining since 12 p.m., but it stopped raining around 4:30, around 3:30 actually. And it's still cloudy, but it seems as if the sun is coming out, little by little. So, but I still believe it's still going to rain again, maybe in the night, because it's always raining in the night here. Yeah, around that 10 and 11 o'clock, p.m. So just start raining again. When the raining season, this is Nigeria, yeah. So we're talking about failure. Are you discouraged? out there, you're discouraged, you're confused, you don't know what to do, you feel you have failed yourself, you feel you have failed your family, you feel you have failed everyone around you, and you think they will not see you as a person or somebody. You don't need to think about that. All you need to do is to be encouraged, is to be happy with yourself. Because if you are not happy with yourself, where do you want to start from? To get this motivation, you need to be happy with yourself. Nobody can make you happy except you. Whatever you want to, the emotion you want to feel is within you. At times, though, situations can cause that, but most times we choose what we want to, how we want to feel. And if you feel bad about yourself, that means if you feel you don't like yourself, who will love you better than yourself? No one. That is why the Bible says that love your neighbor as yourself. So if you do not love yourself, how do you want to love your neighbor? There is no way you can love your neighbor. You must love yourself first. What you know you can do to yourself, that's what you do to your neighbor. So you need to develop this love for yourself before you can love people. If you do not have love, you don't give what you don't have. It's what you have. So develop this love and see yourself as a person. See yourself as someone that can do it, that will do it and make it. It may take a while, actually. A lot of challenges is real. Yeah, in life, challenges is real. Don't look at what people will say that, okay, if that woman has said, if that woman has thought in her mind that, okay, people will say that I'm hawking snack, or even when they know that I was working in a very good company before. My brother, my sister, hunger go fire that woman. I swear. With about 3 kids, hunger go fire the woman. So she just summoned courage and went ahead to do that job. And today she's doing well. Now small, she will come up. Yeah. It's still better than just sitting at home and keep on thinking. Before you know, you start developing high blood pressure. Is that what you want? No. So be encouraged within you. This courage is within you. Just as Speak, we say that here, or that slogan is is within you, something like that. So it's within you. You need encouragement. You need is within you. You can also talk to people around you, people, trusted people, actually. Not that you start telling people about your problem, no, but trusted people that you know that when you tell them, they have wisdom, they have good advice to give you, something that will encourage you and that will make you want to do what you want to do. So how are you doing today? Joining. We already had we have 6 people now joining my live. Joining. How are you doing? Somebody is just watching me over there and not even saying hi to me. Say hi to me now. I'm not fine. I'm not fixed with one. No worry. I know I'm fine. I do fine. So just say hi to me. Hi. Somebody said hi. Jace said hi. How are you doing? So I'm talking about how to learn from failure and start now. Start from where you are. Start that thing you want to start, that business. Start it from where you are. Don't be ashamed, don't be shy, don't be discouraged. Start whatever you want to start from where you are. People will say, what about the capital? Just as I said yesterday, there are some businesses that are service business. If you know you don't have capital for business, you look for a business that is service business that you can offer services, render services to people, and they'll pay you in return. You don't need to go and work in the office if you want to work in the office, But there are some businesses that you can render services for the. These days, you don't need to be shy, especially in Nigeria here. We all know how the economy is. Yeah, we know how the economy is. So why would you be shy? Whatever thing you can lay your hands up, in as much it's not bad, it's not illegal, you go ahead and do it. I've seen people in my area, young boys that they graduated from school and they've not gotten a job. And I'm not saying that everybody should do that. It's what I saw actually. And they went to a house where they were building very close to my house, and they started building with them that day, just for that day or so, or some few days, and they paid them. So they just wanted to be useful for themselves, and today they have good jobs that they're doing. So you have to encourage yourself, and you have to from there build something up. If you don't have capital, look for a service business that you can do. Yeah, look for a service business. Excuse me, I want to send something away. I'm coming. Few minutes. for keeping me waiting. Yeah, we're talking about how to learn from failure and start now. Start now. Start that thing now. Yeah. Don't start thinking, don't start procrastinating. When you procrastinate, it can, they say procrastination can destroy destiny. And it's true. I will do this thing. Tomorrow I will do it. Next tomorrow I will do it. Next week I will do it. That's how you just be saying you do it, you do it. You will not do it. So it's better you start now and, start growing. Everything is growth. This world, whatever we're doing in this growth, you need to, grow. You don't have to okay, I'll do it, don't worry, I'll encourage myself. You're already determined to do it. The next minute, well, I don't understand what you mean. MMC 1363. Yeah, can you explain what you mean by that? I know the meaning, but I don't really understand. You don't have to send this type of message here. Yeah. So it's very important to know that failure is just a process to success. Encourage yourself, read books, talk to people, and before you know it, you are on track. Yeah, you're on track. You're on track. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad that you have failed. Don't feel bad that you have failed. Don't feel bad that you're a failure. Don't feel bad about yourself. It's normal, actually. It's normal to feel like, I don't think I can continue. I have failed. How many times? How long? And all the stuff like that. Don't give up. Don't give up. Okay, so what does that have to do with me? MMC 1363. What does that have to do with me? You're in the Congo fishing. Okay, so good for you, and thanks for joining my life. Thanks for joining my life. Good for you. So that's it. So that's just all I have to share with you today. I want to share with you today. Be encouraged. Start from where you are. If you have tried a particular thing before, maybe a business and and it has failed, or you were running a business and you failed, you feel you failed, don't be discouraged. Don't be discouraged. Encourage yourself, and over time you pull through and find yourself succeeding. Yeah, you find yourself succeeding. So thanks joining my life. You can call me Digital1, and if you have not subscribed actually to this channel, please do subscribe, and don't forget to click on the notification button, that little bell there. Click on it. Click, and also give this live stream a thumbs up. Click. Subscribe to this channel and watch my videos. You can call me Jito. You can also call me Joy. Yeah, I'm streaming from Lagos, Nigeria. Yeah, how are you today? Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, depending on where you're watching me from. I hope you've smiled to someone today. I hope you've said something nice to somebody today. I'm just asking if you have said something nice to someone today. And saying things nice or being nice to people will make you feel very, very, it makes me feel good, and I believe it will make you feel good also. When you're nice to people, it makes you feel good. So the topic is how to learn from failure and start now. Do not see yourself as a failure. Do not see yourself as a failure. The moment you start seeing yourself as a failure, then you start accepting the fact that you're a failure. Honestly, do not see yourself as a failure. You're a success. It's just that circumstances around you, things around you happening, makes you feel that you are a failure. You're not. You're a success. That's what I tell myself. I'm a success. Yeah, they're just challenges. Honestly, they're just challenges. So join in my life. Join in my life. You can call me Joy. I'm Jito. You can call me Joy. Subscribe to this channel if you're not subscribed to this channel. Do not forget to click on the notification button to get notified when there's a new video upload. Yeah. Join in. How are you doing? Where are you watching me from? Let me know where you're watching from. And if you want me to give a shout out, let me know. Let me know where you're watching from. Yeah. Let me know. Has he slept? He has not slept. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know where you're watching from, so I can give you a shout out. Excuse me, coming. Hello. How you doing? Are you fine? Are you fine? Come on. How are you doing? How are you doing? How are you doing? Are you fine? Fine, Bobo. Don't fall him down. Don't fall him down. Hi, 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 hi. Joining my live. Put him. Do his this thing. Stop. So join in my live. I went to check on the kids inside. So today is not topic actually. What I'm talking about today is failure. How to learn from failure and start where you are. And I said failure is a process to success. Do not see yourself as a failure. The moment you start seeing yourself as a failure, then you feel that you have failed really. So you need to encourage. You need to be encouraged. You need to look for things that will encourage you. If you go to an environment that will encourage you, where you'll be discouraged, and people will start talking about the negative things that you really do not want to hear. Yeah. So I hope I've been able to reach someone today. If you're in a situation where you just feel that you have failed, everything has failed, I can't continue. Help me. Don't be discouraged. Be encouraged. And with God, all things are possible. Okay, keep on trying. Don't cry. If you cry, you just make yourself sick. Don't cry. Don't cry. They said cry is good actually for the health, but not crying all the time now. Don't cry. Don't cry. Oh Lord, it's only me. It's only me. No, you don't need that. All you need is encouragement. You can cry, but not all the time. Because of your health, okay? I've been in situations like that before where I'll be crying. It got to a point almost every time I would cry. When it got to a point like that, I began to feel sick. Nobody taught me to stop crying. So please, I'm begging you, if you're out there and you're going through, a lot of, we don't know what people are going through. People are going through a lot of things, Please be encouraged, and God will be your strength. Yeah. So don't forget to subscribe to this channel and also click on the notification button in order for you to get notified when there's a new video upload. Thank you so much and have a blissful evening. Bye. Thank you, thank you. I would like to end this live stream now. I would like to end the live stream now. End the live stream now. There's this song I used to sing for my kids. What's the name of this song? Yeah. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Pa pa pa. If you're happy and you know it, clap your hands. Pa pa pa. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, happy and you know it, clap your hands. Pa pa pa. If you're happy and you know it, say hello, hello. If you're happy and you know it, say hello, hello. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, say hello, hello. If you're happy and you know it, say hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it, say hooray, hooray. If you're happy and you know it, and you really want to show it, if you're happy and you know it, say hooray, hooray. Happiness is the key. Be encouraged. Don't be sad. Don't be discouraged. Keep on pushing, and you will surely get there. I will get there anyway. Thanks for joining in, and have a wonderful evening if you're watching me from Nigeria. But if you're watching from outside Nigeria, stay blessed. Bye.